So something happened couple of weeks ago that I think every person working in Indian IT needs to hear. And I am not exaggerating. Google just reduced the contract with HCL worth around $50 million. Why? Because AI can now do the work that HCL engineers were being paid to do. Maintenance, code upkeep, routine integration, that work. Gone. And this is not some rumor. This is actual reporting. India Today covered it. People in the industry are calling it an extinction level signal for a certain type of IT work. Let me tell you what this actually means for you, for me, for everyone sitting in a service based company right now. Okay, so let me break this down simply. HCL had a contract with Google. Their engineers were handling things like legacy code, maintenance, routine integration tasks, keeping system running. Basically, the bread and butter of what Indian IT companies do for big clients. You take their boring work, you throw a bunch of engineers at it, you bill per head. This model has been running for decades. TCS does it, Infosys does it, Wipro, Cognizant, HCL, everyone. That's how the entire Indian IT service industry works, or I should say, worked. Because Google basically said, we don't need 200 people maintaining this code anymore. We have got AI tools that handle most of it. We need maybe 30 people now, maybe less. And here is the thing that hit me hard about this. Google is not some random startup experimenting with AI. They make AI. They know exactly what it can and can't do. And if they're confident enough to cut a $50 million contract because of it, that tells you something. This is not the future anymore. This is happening right now. And if you think this is just one company, one contract, one exception, you are kidding yourself. Every big tech company is looking at their vendor contracts right now and asking the same question. Do we really need this many people for this work? Can AI do 60, 70, 80% of it? Most of the time, the answer is yes. Now, before everybody panics, let me be clear about who should actually be worried here. If your job right now, and be honest with yourself, if your job is mostly about maintaining old code, fixing small bugs in a system you don't build, writing the same kind of CRUD operations over and over, running tests manually, doing support work, basically keeping things alive that someone else created, then yeah, you need to pay attention because that is exactly the type of work that just got replaced in this Google HCL deal. But, and this is important, if your work involves figuring out what to build, making decisions about how a system should work, designing architecture, working with clients to understand problems, debugging weird production issues that nobody can explain, thinking about trade offs, then you're fine. Actually, more than fine. You are more needed than before because someone still has to tell the AI what to do. Someone has to review what it produces. Someone has to make the calls that actually matters. The problem is, and I am being honest here, most people in Indian IT are not doing the second type of work. Most people are doing the first type, and they have been doing it so long that they don't even realize how replaceable it's become. I don't want to just scare you and leave. That's cheap content. Let me tell you what I would do if I was sitting in a service company right now. I think about this stuff for my own career too. First thing, genuinely ask yourself, could an AI tool do 80% of what I did last week? Be brutally honest. If the answer is yes, that's a signal to start moving. Start learning system design, not from a textbook. I mean, actually understand how to build things. How do you design a system that handles a million requests? What database would you pick and why? When does caching make sense? Nobody is replacing the person who can answer these questions. Second, learn to use AI. I know that sounds ironic. AI is the thing threatening jobs, and I'm telling you to learn it. But hear me out. The developers who survive this are not the ones who compete with AI. They are the ones who use AI to become 10x faster, who ship in 2 days what used to take 2 weeks. Companies don't fire those people, they promote them. Third, build something real. I know you have heard this 1,000 times, build projects, but I mean something actually real, not a calculator app. Something where you had to make decisions, where you choose a tech stack and can explain why, where you hit a problem and solve it. Because when the interview comes, and it might come sooner than you think, the person who says, I built this thing, here is how it works, here is why I made these choices, will always beat the person who says, I have 4 years of experience maintaining a legacy Java app. Look, I'm not trying to ruin your weekend with this video, but I would rather tell you something uncomfortable today than watch you get blindsided tomorrow. The Google HCL thing, it's not a one off, it's the first domino. More contracts like this are going to get cut, more teams are going to shrink, more performance reviews are going to happen that are actually layoffs in disguise. And the people who will be okay through all of this are not the smartest people, they are the ones who saw it coming and started preparing early, while everyone else was scrolling LinkedIn and hoping things would go back to normal. Things are not going back to normal. This is the new normal. So start today. If this video made you think even a little bit, subscribe. I put out stuff like this every week. I'll see you in the next one.